Now, I want to say right here that I made a mistake, and I haven't talked about this very much over the course of these lectures, but I'm making mistakes all the time. I know you guys are. You type something in, it doesn't work. I have the same problem over and over again. I keep making mistakes, and that's fine as long as I know how to correct them. Here, the mistake I made is the mechanical mistake was I messed up and I typed the wrong function at one point. So I think these function names are too similar, and I made a mistake in naming them. MaxDiffs and WinDiff, they sound too much alike. And when I was playing with this, I put in the utility function where I meant to put in the strategy function. And that's an easy mistake to make because they sound the same. Probably I should have come up with better names. I should have called this WinDiff utility or something like that to make it clear that this is a utility function and this is a strategy function. But the annoying thing is that mistake went unnoticed for a while. And I'll show you part of the problem. Here's the playPig function. It takes two strategies, A and B. These have to be strategy functions. And then it comes down here and it applies the appropriate strategy function to a state, and it says, if that strategy function decides to hold, then we do the hold action. Otherwise, well, there's only two actions you could do, so I'll do the roll action. That makes sense, right? Now here's the problem. If instead of passing in a strategy function, you accidentally pass in a utility function, then that's all good down here. You say strategies of P applied to state, and that's really applying a utility function to state. What's the utility function going to return? Well, it's going to return a number, and playPig just says, well, is that number equal to hold? No, it's not. No numbers are equal to hold. So then I'm just going to assume that you meant roll. And so the fact that I passed in a completely wrong function that's doing nothing related to strategy, it's returning a number rather than an action, went completely unnoticed. And instead what my strategy was, the utility function that returns a number acted as if it was a strategy function that always said roll. Now, in general, that's one of the complaints that people have about Python, is that it's too easy to make that mistake because you don't have to declare for each function what are its inputs and what are its outputs. In other languages, you would do that, and the program where you accidentally used a utility function where you expected a strategy function, that program wouldn't even compile. You get an error message before you run it. In Python, you don't have that protection, so you got to build in the protection yourself.